Hey, Lewis here from Takacat US. We're going to focus a little bit more today on the e-Propulsion Spirit 1.0 3 horsepower equivalent. And we're going to run it on the 340 LX Takacat to see how that compares to the, as you may have seen in the previous video, to the 300 LX Takacat with the same Spirit 1.0. Alright guys, so we have here the Spirit 1.0, which is a 3 horsepower equivalent, and the 1 kilowatt battery here. And what we're going to do here is show you that this battery is superior to some of our competitors because it floats. If you drop it in the water, no problem, just shake it off and plug it back in and keep going. Let's show you here. As you can see, the battery floats, and it's not going to sink to the bottom, and you're not going to lose your investment. Let's grab it up here, shake it off, and we're going to hook up this Spirit 1.0 on the Takacat, and we'll talk a little bit more about the features of the Spirit 1.0 here in more detail. Alright, so we have the Spirit 1.0 mounted onto the boat now with the same battery that we just fished out of the river here. And as you can see, it's plugged in, and I'm not sure if you can make out the LCD there, but it's ready to go. It's a fully charged battery. It's showing 10 hours of runtime because we're not running right now, but it also tells you how many watts you're running at as well. Now, the Spirit e-Propulsion 3 horsepower equivalent has a lot of technology built into it. In addition to the practical where the battery floats, you're getting protection, overheat protection. You're getting protection that if you hit something, the motor's going to stop and it's not going to damage the motor, and it's going to keep you safe. It also has a replaceable skeg here. If you happen to run into something hard enough to break that, you can replace that, as well as a anode there to keep corrosion from attacking the important parts of the engine. And overall, it's a very light motor. The battery that I just threw in the river there only weighs 20 pounds, and that's part of the reason why it floats. And the lower portion without the battery just weighs 22.5 pounds. So it's really an ideal motor for like a tender, ship to shore, or exploring in bays, or in some cases lakes where you're not allowed to have gasoline engines. So let's take it out on the water and see how it does with this 340 LX. This boat is a little bit heavier than and a little bit longer than the 300 LX. So I know I often get questions about, well, is that enough for a boat this size? So let's take it out there and see. Okay, so let's open it up and see how much speed we get here. We're moving along pretty nicely here. I'm gonna get out my phone here and see what the GPS on my phone says we're doing, just to have an idea of how that compares to the 300 LX. Alright guys, so we have the Spirit 1.0 wide open throttle here on the 340 LX, and you can see that we're getting 5 miles an hour, at least on my phone, just like we were getting on the 300 LX. So really you have the same performance on the 300 LX and the 340 LX, which is a bigger boat, heavier and a little bit longer, but overall you're getting the same performance. Also, just to note, people always ask about this bow situation. As you can see, the bow is, high up off the water, and there's no chance you're going to get water in over that bow. Okay guys, so as you can see, the Spirit 1.0 does an excellent job pushing the 340 LX It's a great combination to have as a tender and motor option for your sailboat or for your motor yacht, or even just getting around on a lake or in the bay. It gives you really no worries at all as far as maintenance, no worries about keeping it in your house or keeping it in your boat and having the potential for fuel going bad, carburetors going bad. So it's really the ideal tender and the ideal engine or motor to go with your tender. If you have any questions about TacaCat, or if you have any questions about ePropulsion, reach out to us at sales@TacaCatUS.com.